Hi, this is Ryan again. Just one other thing on rates and what you should expect from me or from anyone. I realize there's a range of rates on Upwork, and there's also a range of experience and a range of abilities, and that's fine. Some things that you should be looking for in a consultant. One, they should be able to scope your project effectively. Okay, now there are always going to be things like it's hard to gauge how much back and forth, how many edits, how many changes any given person is going to want, but they should be able to accurately scope the amount of time it's going to take and the dollar figure attached to the work that you are doing. That's how you know you're dealing with a professional, right? They've done this enough times that they can look at your project once they talk to you and they can give you a scope. So that's what I do. I will talk with you. We're going to understand the scope of your project, and then I will give you an accurate proposal on time, hours, and budget. Okay, and then we won't exceed that budget. Okay, so that's one thing you should expect. Another thing that you want is someone to bring ideas to you. Usually, right? If you know exactly what you want, build exactly this thing, or do exactly this, then I would say find somebody cheaper. And really, I want you to make money. I want you to be profitable, right? I run a business too. It's the same, right? So if you know exactly what you want, you're going to script it out and be like, build exactly this. Then there are people who can follow those instructions that are cheaper than I am. But if you're like, okay, here's the general goal. I need to understand this. I need insights on that. We need to build this general sort of thing, and it needs to accomplish the following goals. It needs to help us make these kinds of decisions or better manage this process or whatever. That's someone where you want someone who can bring you ideas. Like, okay, I've seen this. Here's an approach. This could work. Here's the question that you're trying to answer, the decisions you're trying to make. Okay, then here's how we're going to get to that so that you can see that answer really clearly and take action on it. Okay, so having somebody who can understand the business, who can understand the strategic priorities, and then translate those into technical requirements and then a product that you can use, that's something that you want to pay for to get an expert to help you on. Okay, so the first is they should be able to they know what they're talking about and they can scope the work. Second, they can bring you ideas and they can understand the strategic big picture and contribute at that sort of level with you. And then also that they're fast, right? And so you want to get a sense of how fast are you in getting the work done. So let's say somebody is going to charge you $30 an hour, and let's say I'm 3 times that rate or more. Okay. But if I can build at 3 times the speed as somebody else can, then essentially the costs are going to be the same. And you've got the fixed price from me when we talk about scoping. So then you kind of know, okay, well, this is both being done quickly and I know how much I'm going to pay for this project, and I'm not writing a blank check that's just might be less hourly rate, but who knows how long those hours are going to take and what snags you're going to run into, and if they've got the ability to complete the job. Okay, so those are the things that you are looking for. I can tell you I typically build at about 3 times the speed of average. And the reason for that is I've worked on various teams and I kind of know how fast teams generally can produce stuff and how quickly I can produce things. So in the end, the cost should work out to be about the same. But I bring also the strategic experience perspective of having worked in dozens of industries with dozens and dozens of companies on all kinds of projects, from operations, finance, marketing, sales, customer satisfaction, inventory, supply chain, survey data, healthcare, education, you name it, I've done it. And so I've seen a lot of things and I can help you get that. And then I also have a team supporting me that is all that, we've got experience in machine learning, in data pipelining and engineering, SQL, database architecture, Python, automation, cloud technologies, AWS, and they're all based here in the United States. Right. So it's not like I'm farming work off to somebody that I don't know, that I don't work with. I've trained these people personally so that we can get the work done. It's very hard to find what's called a unicorn who can do all of those things at expert levels, expert speeds, with the ability to expertly scope it and say, okay, this piece of project is going to take this long, this piece. Okay, so that's a little bit on rates. I would love to work with you. We want to get your project done as quickly as we can, on time and on budget, and that you and I both have an expectation of what it's going to take to get there, and all of that. So that's a little bit on why my rates might be higher than some, but how at the end of the day, you should still be, this is still a wise investment with going with us. So, and choosing me to work on your project. So, anyway, would love to just have a conversation. At the very least, it might provide a perspective, just because I've done so many of these. It might provide a perspective whether you choose to go forward or not. And I'm happy to talk, because again, I want people to be successful in their jobs and their businesses. And if I can provide some perspective that's helpful, then that's valuable to me as well. So all the best. Would love to work together. And again, my name is Ryan, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.